What's up guys? So for the past 5 years I've been using a bunch of different buying and selling platforms to get rid of my old stuff. Throwing out your stuff is really easy, but chances are like it brings value to someone else. So buying in like secondhand marketplace is the best place to do it. The first step is collect your items. The first thing you should start doing is just collect everything you want to sell. A good determination of whether or not it's worth selling is just ask yourself, do you think someone else would pay for this? I usually have all the things I want to sell completely sectioned off from my daily living space. This part's like extremely important because when you make sales, you don't want to be stressed out looking for the thing that you sold. Save boxes and packaging. So this is more of a passive daily activity, but you want to save your shipping boxes and packaging that you might receive from like online orders, and you'll need these to ship out your own stuff because buying packaging costs a lot of money. Where to sell? The more places the better, but this isn't like your full-time job, so I would stick with 1 or 2 places at most to sell your stuff. It's also better to gain reviews and credibility in one location just so there's more traction for future customers. I personally explored many different apps like Poshmark, Depop, eBay, StockX, but my personal favorite is Mercari. The platform and interface is really simple, easy to use, but mostly because it doesn't take a lot of time to list the things I want to sell, and then it also only takes 10% of your sales, which is huge because if you're selling a bunch of stuff, 10% on everything really adds up, and most other selling apps are at 20%. So next is your item description. Be honest with your items. As a consumer, you don't want to be lied to, so don't lie to other consumers. And just describe your item's condition, how often you've worn or used it, any like flaws, defects it might have, why you might be selling it, or maybe its original cost. If you want more outreach, something else you can include in your item description are related brands. For example, if I'm selling a Kith shirt, I might include like Supreme, Gucci, Off-White, Nike. Personally, I don't do this because I find it annoying. It ruins like the buyer experience, but it's definitely like a strategy worth considering. Pricing. There's 2 things you gotta price. First one is your items. So watch what others have posted. Whenever you post something, I would do some research into like the sold listings or listings that have like a huge amount of likes. You should position yourself around other people's prices because that'll ensure that your things get sold. Now the next one is a little more tricky. Shipping pricing. Shipping is really expensive now for both you and your buyer. So for large shipping costs, I recommend making the buyer pay for shipping because of like mathematical reasons. I would usually offer free shipping when the shipping costs are low, so like those few cents don't really make much of a difference. I think also if your purpose is to just get rid of all your items and you don't really care about making like a little extra money, I would just offer free shipping to everyone. As consumers, we just love seeing the words free shipping, even if it's like embedded in the price. And also like the selling platforms will generally recommend free shipping items more than ones that don't offer free shipping. As for the price of shipping, just use what's recommended, unless you're sure that the weight is lower than it is, so you could bring down the cost for you or your buyer. So for shipping service, there's UPS, USPS, and FedEx. And I would usually pick the cheaper shipping price, regardless of which service it is. But another criteria you can do it by is also check where the closest shipping facility is. So now you have your item posted and people are viewing it, they're liking it and stuff like that. And then the next part is receiving the messages. Usually you'll get 2 types of messages. So the first one is questions. People will usually just ask like simple stuff about your item, and you want to make sure to keep notifications on for your selling apps. The quicker you respond, the quicker the customer can make a decision, and there's tons of other sellers out there, so there could be like another identical product and they just buy that because you responded too slow. Be a nice person. People do get really annoying sometimes, and just be patient with them. But on the contrary, this is like very specific, but don't hold items for people. I've had many people ask me to hold an item for them and they just don't come back. How I combat this problem is just kindly decline if they ask you, and explain that people sometimes don't return, or say that you'll like try your best to hold on to it, but it's a dog eat dog world, so just give it to people, sell it to people who buy it first, and that's just business. So the next type of message you'll receive are offers, and you don't want to be greedy when you receive offers. I've missed out on a lot of sales because I was just too greedy to accept a price that was like, I don't know, like $5 lower than my lowest price offer. I'm not saying to accept offers that undervalue your items, but just keep in mind that you're in a second-hand marketplace and the customer base will always be looking to save a ton of money on whatever they're going to buy. Okay, great. So now you sold your item and you need to ship it out. So packaging your item. You want to maximize your packing space. Shipping real estate is really expensive nowadays, so try to find boxes or packages that fit as perfectly to your item as you can. One, it saves your larger boxes for potentially larger items that you're selling. And two, you have a smaller chance of getting penalized for like miscalculating the weight or the size. Pack your items neatly. For example, if it's clothes, fold it neatly, so if it goes through a rough trip, it won't come out really wrinkly. Or if it has potential to break, remember to pad the insides of your packaging really well. You don't need to buy like bubble wrap or anything like that. I've been using plastic bags from like Walmart. So the next part is shipping labels. I recommend using prepaid labels. This is why I'm a bigger fan of Mercari, because it has a very simple setup for sending you labels, and it's really easy to print, and you just stick it on the package. When someone buys an item from you, you'll just receive the email instantly. So on a lot of your old packages, there'll be old shipping labels. You want to cover them or just take them off. I'm pretty lazy with this, so usually I just slap the new one on top of the old. And that's it. Just, you should have your packed item ready to go, and make sure you ship it out in a timely fashion so your customer's not waiting. It also helps your ratings. The entire process is really time consuming, but it's like a really rewarding gig that I've been doing. It helped clean out a bunch of the things I don't use or wear anymore, and it pulls in some money while doing so. But yeah, I hope this helps you guys get through the online selling process. If you have any additional questions, drop them in the comment section below and I'll gladly answer them. And of course, thank you all for watching. I'm going to be making more videos similar to this, so be sure to subscribe. Peace.